Guys, and welcome to today's stream, guys. Rennsport is on the list tonight as, Rennsport has released another update to their to their racing game, to their platform. And, we're about to explore it together as the new update also brings a new car. which is the Porsche 963 LMDh car. And as you can imagine, with Le Mans Ultimate out, we are particularly interested in, let's call it the Rennsport interpretation of the car. You know, that iRacing got the Porsche 963. There is even some unofficial rFactor 2 mods that got the car. Ultimately, Le Mans Ultimate has another licensed version of the Porsche 963 out. And today, we're going to check out what Rennsport is doing with that car, or how they have set up the car. And I think there is nothing better to do than jump into the time trial and also take the car out at a Fuji, because, you know, Fuji is a track we do have in Le Mans Ultimate lately. Fuji is a track where I've already driven the Porsche LMDh on Le Mans Ultimate, so I think it qualifies perfect for a direct comparison. It's not only the Porsche that came out, but also the BMW M Hybrid V8. Interestingly, it is only LMDh cars that got out. So is that maybe a little bit of a hint of the status of the platform, or the status of the physics? As you know, last time when we drove, we already pointed out that Rennsport I want to say interprets the car, interprets the racing game, is like to be resetting every time you start a new lap on the start-finish line. We're gonna find out about that in a moment's time as well, as we're loading into the game, into the track, into the time trial we go. I think still no setups options available, right? Then we hit the track, I guess. Car. Ah. Interesting. So the car jumps on immediately as you put down the throttle. So we have a battery on the bottom right. Man, that LCD here in the middle, it is so small I can't even really read it, but okay. Let's find out about the driving. Let me do a little bit of laps before. Is the audio okay like this, guys? Because since I'm not doing Rennsport a lot, I have not really an idea about the sound. So let's check. Battery is going down. And resets together with the fuel on the start-finish straight. That's interesting. So they have said that these hypercars tend to notoriously lock up, so you need to be extremely careful on the brakes, they say. Cancel current lap for driving outside track limit. Copy. We take that for the moment, for sure. What is this? Like... the car literally drives on rails. Aha, lock up of the front tires. Copy, copy. At least you can unsettle the rear a little bit. But that felt floaty. So, invalid lap time, 1:33. Whatever. The graphics remind me a lot on the Assetto Corsa. This extreme graininess that we see. I can make a switch, and I have a high preset as a graphic thing. We can give you guys the view for that. But you will probably agree with me, like all the objects in the far background is very, very blurry. The traction control sounds odd. And don't get me wrong, but I think the Porsche on Le Mans Ultimate sounds much more like the real thing. Is that FFB? Yeah, it is Unreal Engine. Is it 5? I don't know. So, ABS obviously the car does not have. We have at least some options on the ABS on the TC. Guys, have I dreamt this, or did they actually in all their press release say that you need to be careful on the brakes, that these cars are easy to lock up? That's what they said, right? Yeah, but if this is Unreal Engine 5, then Unreal Engine 5 is no big advantage or big development step compared to Unreal Engine 4. If you compare this to ACC, I'd even argue that the ACC looks quite similar, if not the same. Guys, I need to do a couple more laps, please, before I can refer about feeling. We've put a 130.5. These track limits are interesting. I think I haven't been beyond the white line with all 4 tires. Whatever. Let me turn off the TC. Probably argue that okay, so first I can see some latency and input lag, and secondly that FFB is so off, like it almost kills your wrists even though you're just spinning, kind of. So, what annoys me a lot, and you can see that flickering of the FFB, is like that constant rumbling that you have from the road. I think that's not correct. Like, I feel the wheel is shaking and vibrating, like I have complete flat spot of the tires. I have just turned off the traction control completely, as I think it just kind of limits the car. in its performance. As you can see, flat out, this is like, come on. I can't do that in Le Mans Ultimate. If I go onto the throttle like this, second, third gear out of that turn, I can guarantee you that we spin. And here it's just like you put the foot down and off you go. I think the car has way too much grip. It is way too easy to drive it. If I look into the onboards from WEC and see how the drivers are like fighting the cars continuously, you don't have to do that here. Like, look what the steering wheel is doing. Here, look at the force feedback thing. What's this now? This is my first valid lap that I did. So, I'm having a Helicorsa against my Ghost. That is interesting. Traction control still off. Just what? Okay, looks like we just need to turn the wheel and car turns itself, it seems. So, do I just need a yeet on the steering wheel to, like, rotate the car, yeah? It's completely wrong, like... Have you seen us spinning around now, trying to do, like, turns? Like, with maximum lock, the car does not rotate at all, but at the same time, you go through... Nice. You screen freeze every time you cross the start-finish line now, or what? Like here into this turn. Car turn's actually better than when you're almost stationary, which is interesting. I don't know. I don't have a... Of course, I was off track. What? That's awesome. Alright, I have the best recipe for high-speed turns, like, just yeet on the steering wheel. Yeah, I don't know. I have not turned on any VSync, I have not turned on any other stuff. Just... high graphic preset, that's it. I don't feel any hybrid at all. I might be wrong though. So, what if we just learn, just yeet on the wheel and the car will magically rotate or over-rotate? And see, this is what I mean, like this is the maximum lock that I can put. Actually, let me do that experiment. I would assume I go tighter around turn 1 when driving this fast, as in when almost being stationary. Let's have a look. Crazy. To me, that steering lock makes no sense whatsoever. And now I have a look going through the fast right-hander turn 3. Like, first of all, you just... Okay, maybe it's not that simple, but it feels like you just want to yeet on the steering wheel and that's it. Can I restart the lap somehow? Yes. Restart the time trial. Let's go. Ah, traction control. Back off. Like, the car is way too easy to drive with traction control off. I mean, of course, I still keep spinning, but I think that's just part of the physics being completely different compared to Le Mans Ultimate. So, comparison to Le Mans Ultimate, I would not even bear comparing it because I think it's incomparable. rFactor 2 is a... not rFactor 2, Le Mans Ultimate, I mean, yeah. Le Mans Ultimate obviously comes from the engine of rFactor 2, which is one of the core reasons why Le Mans Ultimate has breathtaking physics. Additionally though, you can't do this on Le Mans Ultimate where you just like turn in and the car just goes round the turn. It's like, you can't do it. If you do that on Le Mans Ultimate, you go straight to the wall, and I mean straight, not like you spin. I mean, either you go straight or you spin, but you don't go around the corner. This is also the only place where I tend to lock up the tires on the brakes. Hashtag these cars easily lock brakes. I guess it's more like that the GTs are not locking the brakes because they have ABS and this car has not. On the Rennsport side of things. Tapno, thank you so much for your Prime sub for 5 months. How is this even faster? Just wait for it, wait a little bit, and yeet! Ah, wrong approach to the turn. I'm not used to, like, just to yeet and the car turns. It is probably a thing, but I can't get it into my head. This is what I hate so much about racing games with non-perfect physics. Like, they introduce you to do bad things that would actually never work in a real racing car. Like, of course, we can always argue about... how much rFactor 2 and Le Mans Ultimate drift gliding is applicable in real life in the first place, but so you could argue about the way iRacing's minimum input, tire, slip angle, turning, that was a screen freeze that already gave us like half a tenth of a disadvantage. Another screen freeze. Jesus, I don't even want to imagine playing this with other cars around. Yeah, we got in-game radar for ghosts in time trial. This is amazing. Oh, here we go. Just yeet on the wheel. Keep the throttle pinned. Hit the brakes. Yeah, you can't drive hypercar like that. There's zero chance in real life that this would be survivable. Remember, the car got 500 kilowatts engine torque power. We're driving this right now without any traction control whatsoever. And this is flat out already. And the car just, like, has infinite downforce, it seems. I don't know whether they have optimized game settings or whatever for it. These freezes are crazy. Yeah, alone speaking about what Devon said previously, the input lag. And the car just goes around the turn. I broke myself, but don't you worry, you just turn on the steering wheel and the car will go around the turn. Shitty. Guys, this is crazy. Look at the shock from the feedback we got for going over the curb just that little bit. This is what the force feedback is doing on the curb when being stationary. Oh, guys, that is crazy. I'm not sure if it's a car thing or if it's a game thing. Enzo Curran the next lap for driving outside. Ah, come on. The A-team, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yes, of course I'm taking part in the Virtual Endurance Championship 24. So I think I can do a 28. I would love to do to see if there is a way to get rid of that latency. But I think it's not. Hey Alex. Thank you everyone for joining. I don't know guys, what is your opinion on Rennsport and yeah, also this Porsche? Yep, got a radar for ghosts. Oh yeah, come on. Fuck this shit. I haven't been really off the track, have I? But okay, on the other hand, at least the track limits are equally strict and so no exploits possible. Hey Sky, what do you mean better than before? Compared to what? Yeah, when I saw the first iterations of the project as well from, I think, in May 22, it was about like exactly 2 years ago, when they've had their first, how was it called, Rennsport Summit in Munich, with roughly 150 people from the Simracing branch. Honestly, it looked like a game with potential, absolutely. But then I guess, you know, PCs and the hardware was really, really optimized for the job it had to do in that period. Okay, now finally yeet into turn 2. Yes, I can. Can I yeet to turn 3? Yes, I can. And you yeet through 4. Stay on the track. Just one flawless lap is target. Where I'd say, yep, this is probably kinda close to as good as I can do it. So some 29.4 was the best I had. This is a 29.0 then, I assume. 29.2. So the front left then gave up at reaching some temperature. So that is to be kept in mind. Meine Fresse, ey. This has nothing to do with Le Mans Ultimate or rFactor 2. If they really copied out rFactor 2 code, then they made it worse. In many, many ways. But I think that's an Unreal Engine thing. Oh yeah. Come on, please validate the next lap straight away. Come on, invalidate it? Or are you gonna do it? Mon Dieu. Oh, I get so annoyed of the stupid FFB effects. Like, the question is, why does this and driving this car without any traction control whatsoever is working? crazy. I would have died in... Like, guys, we do not have a traction control at all right now. I mean, I guess there would be opportunities for this game. I think I've said it before that I don't think it is bad per se. But it has so many things to me it's just simply not esport ready. I do not know how they are doing those heavily loaded competitions on it. But I see that rFactor 2 drift sliding style being a thing. Like, you just throw the turn in, the car into the turn, manage the slide. Here you just manage the steering wheel. The more you yeet, the more you turn. Like, either you drift slide it or you just yeet it on the front. Too much of a yeet. This is then 28.6. Still some potential in the lap time. Let's follow that ghost a bit. 3.5 10 off. Which hybrid, Yanni? What do you mean the drag coefficient? That the car doesn't do 320 kph on the straight? I mean, I can drive it more gently, that is not the thing. Can surely do it. I just think that if you try to push the car into every aspect, that you're going to be faster with it. Oh, fuck this shit. Yeah. So with that, and you see how inconsistent the FFB is. Like, someone asked me a thing about the front end. I can't feel it in that car. The car just literally does nothing. Like, you know, it's just no feedback at all. It's just car turns. Yeah, I wonder why setups are not even a thing yet in a game that is available for 2 years already. He starts straight away. It's a bit annoying that the Delta leaves immediately. That's a good point, apparently. Like, whether the car is sliding and you're in control or you're not in control, you hardly can say it. Isn't there a button to change brake bias or something? I'd love to have less brake on the front. What? I would love to turn off that ghost. I think it's causing big lag spikes. I must see myself doing a 27 here. Yeah, so to pass the ghost, we go doing it from the side. And hopefully no... Ah, there we go, interfering. Okay, guys, I can't drive like this. Where is the fucking... Get display mode. Ah, get display mode. How can I change the brake bias, please? Because... bindings... brake bias increase. I have it here on my button box, but it doesn't work. Unless it just starts working now. Aha, now it works. Yeah, I guess we restart. Oh, how to disable the ghost, please, somehow. Assists. Yeah, I would love to get rid of the ghost, but... Alright, so... 49.5 brake bias, TC off. I just want to get that one lap with a 27, because I can do it, you know. Okay, I'm sick of it. I'll just keep going in the rhythm. Look at this. Why am I still going straight? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if anyone wants to enjoy a great Porsche 963, go on Le Mans Ultimate. And if it's like, if you really fancy, then I think the iRacing one is sort of alright as well. How can I get rid of this latency? So, lowest possible things. What is NVIDIA Reflex? I do not even know what it is. Up the frame rate limit. Anti-aliasing method none. Maybe that fixes it. Oh yes. Is it now? Oh my god. Yeah, at least I think I'm good with the latency now. Sorry guys, this is breathtaking. Yeah. I think my best lap time is faster. Dump me. Guys, please someone turn off that ghost. Jonas. Nice curb. Oh, I don't. I think... yeah, I don't know really what to think. Probably you guys see even good graphics despite they're horrific right now. At least we seem to having fixed the stuttering. Excuse me. I do not know how often I am fucked up about me misbreathing and then coughing. Like, it feels like to be the stupidest thing one can do. Like you're taking 20,000 breathes every day. 1,000,000 per month. And yet you're too stupid to breathe normally. Nothing has changed on the brightness settings on the camera, so that's fine. It. So, about the FFB then, I feel more rumble effect of the roads rather than anything else. Maybe I should give it just one click of TC. What is that sound of that TC? TC off, much better. Come on. Yeah, that's the thing, Victor. I'm getting a headache as well. And at the same time, I can't accept, like, all this shit. To not yet be able to just put in. Probably is a good sign that I can't just like go out, drive, and put in the lap time that I can put in. Because you need to manipulate the driving and the car and everything in a weird way. I'm slightly off my PB here. So is that a 27.9 now? Nope. It's 28.1. That ghost is so nuts. What do you mean then? BMW time. I didn't plan to run the BMW, to be honest, because we have no counterpart in Le Mans Ultimate. Man, like... Just invalidate the time. I mean, I can give it a small shot, yeah. That's fine, Victor. Gained 0.174 seconds. Dan, could you please note that down? We need that specific and exact time measurement for Le Mans Ultimate cuts as well, please. Look what the 4-seat bag is doing in the grass. Running through the grass is certainly deadly here. Car loves it. Yes, then, absolutely. I want to be furious if LMU cancels my lap because I gained 0.034 seconds. That should be a cut too. Anti-hero about Rennsport. I think this game needs a lot of development still. Like, a real lot. I just would love to restart the lap without losing my delta. You can brake on a curb while turning, for sure. Too much wheel spin, otherwise fine. Too much brake bias at the back. Okay, well that is a good indication. It's TC up, brake bias 50. Then we look good. Yeah, maximum yeet means maximum turning indeed. Just not allowed to leave the track, right? So checking, 50 brake bias, yep, TC0, let's go. Name's Luca, thank you so much for the Prime sub for 19 months, appreciate it. Damn it, if not for that turn and oversteer. Actually, I felt this time in this turn 3 right-hander that not yeeting the wheel could get you similar turning performance. Mini driver and LMDh doesn't drive like that for sure. 100% not. Flat spots. Guess where that is from? I'm driving a GT3, I'd say, with huge downforce and now cobblestone tires. Can you see the FFB flickering? Yeah, those are flat spots. And they are gone because you get a new F tires and car. I guess it's somewhat great to see that there's tire wear and stuff at least, but still though. Why does the car now spin there? Didn't do that before. The front was biting too good after I haven't yeeted it around turn 3. The physics are absolutely weird, yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, so what is the conclusion? So here we go, actually, with the fastest lap. Senzi, thank you for the follow. What is it, though? 27.6. So my Ghost is running behind me, but I'm a 10th behind my own lap time. Hashtag logic. Nah, the Ghost is completely annoying me all the time. On the run down to turn 2, Ghost was ahead of me, while I was green on my lap time. So it seems like I'm suddenly in a bit of a rhythm here. No, I can't find a way to turn off that goes for some reason. Understeer 1000, you say? In high-speed turns? I disagree with that. Look how this machine is turning. Why don't you see it on the wheel? Oh, it just turns magically around the turn. Okay, we ran a little bit into an off-track here, but never mind. I can't argue a click brake bias to the rear. Yep, absolutely, Yanni. Can I push on that? 27.6. Maybe a 10th, I'd say. Still possible. Emits. Surely lost the 10th there. And then yet still locked up on. Sounds stupid, but I'm missing the shadow for the braking point. Yeah, but a Norma wouldn't rotate around the turn if you yeet on the wheel. I would probably call it a Tattoos of 3 with 1,000 kilograms of weight penalty. Hey Goodman, how you doing, man? Almost a beautiful turn one apart from the exit. Almost a valid turn 2 apart from the exit. Can't get this braking point right anymore. Did Matt Malone got banned on Twitch? I don't know. What is he being accused of? Ah, damn it. Probably running simultaneously on Twitch and YouTube or so. But that is huge for him, I think. Matt Malone, did he just quit his job to go full-time streaming? Getting banned in your first week of your new job is probably shit. What? What did he get banned for? already wasn't first. For sake. Like last time I spun with 49.0, 49.5, I lock up the front right. So his daughter was exposed naked on the stream, yeah? Internet is a rude place, guys. Holy moly. I was about to say. I keep fucking up the gears, man. Braking was perfect though. Set story. Keep running white on turn 2 exit. I guess as soon as you turn in, it's not about the brake bias, it's more about whether you turn in while being on the brakes. Okay guys, I give this a couple more laps and then we see where we're gonna end up on the leaderboard here. Car feels really bad, really arcadey. Yeah, it feels heavy like a hypercar. But guys, I'm running without traction control and you can pin the throttle out of first gear, second gear corners. The force feedback, the most effect that I feel from the steering wheel is the artificial bumps that we run over here on the track. So I need to count gears. This time I'll lose the rear. Can't believe this. Off track. Amazing. But I don't want to lose the delta. No, this has not too much potential. It had potential 2 years ago, but I felt like the driving experience, and Yanni, I might be wrong. Yanni, have you not also driven Rennsport lately? I felt the driving experience in Munich when we had the first go on the car, or on the game, was much better than what we're having right now. The BMW and the Porsche we raced back then in Munich felt active. Felt like some proper suspension on it. Generally more feel of the car. Let's see how much more money they will burn. I mean, I'm streaming it, right? Probably the perfect turn 1. Huge mistake. How can you call this understeering? This car's literally on rails. I would love if the Le Mans Ultimate car would have that balance, or that, not balance, that grip. But Le Mans Ultimate is just so much more. I'm gonna try picking the best lap of this video, of the stream, and compare it with a lap from Le Mans Ultimate, I guess. I can tell you how, Yanni. Porsche is funding Rennsport as a company, I think. Okay, I'm done. I've had enough. So, go back to the main menu and have a look where we've put ourselves. Actually P2. Because we did 28. We did a 27, 6, 8, whatever. So, second time on the board. Not sure why it hasn't updated, but I guess it's a bug, because remember that Ghost didn't update as well. Yeah. Either way. For those interested, I think what we quickly should do is fire up Le Mans Ultimate and see the direct comparison. Jake, there was an update to the game yesterday, I think. So they brought a new track and this Porsche LMDh and a BMW LMDh. No, I have not tried it. You think I should try it, yeah? Don't tell me it's faster. So, Fuji, Hypercar, Porsche Galore. Let's pick the same livery so that it is comparable. We're gonna do this alone. You heard it's a bit better. You mean with a BMW we might be able to put in a 27.5? I mean, I can give it a try extra. Interesting, interesting. So, I mean, you've seen Rennsport, and it's hard to compare, because Rennsport I had to play on like minimum graphics after all, in order to not have latency, input lag, and all that stuff. So probably this is oh dear, don't have a car. Just take the bar one. Ah, just the sound in itself. Yep, Erwin, it appears to be. Because Le Mans Ultimate is certainly not one thing, a drift simulator, and not at all. Speaking about the track quality, I would say all the objects, all the visuals is far better than on Rennsport. And I would even argue the quality of the curbs. And by the way, we should test that real quick. So what I'm going to do is traction control off, off, also off, and I think that's enough. You will certainly not see us just getting pinned out of the turns, like we did on Rennsport. Oh, this is a proper FFB. This is not killing your wrists. This is a lazy hypercar, where you actually need a traction control, as you can see. And where you can not just simply yeet on the wheel and car magically turns around. Just gonna do one more turn. Well, thank you so much for the follow. So we're gonna turn left and then we're gonna turn right. And I'm gonna show you something. And when you start turning in, you just go straight. This is what proper physics are about. Not what we had in... Ah, damn it. Probably wrong scene, I'm sorry, but I think you kinda saw what I did. Okay, back to... Ah, Rennsport is being fired up by something else. Evan, do they even have a valid or hybrid configuration? Wait, what? Where is my lap time? Ah! Oh yeah, so apparently it seems that if you select different car... Yeah, so for Niklas Bo, I think the Porsche is faster than BMW. Guys, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't wanna go back into this. Evan, I was talking about the hybrid. I didn't feel any hybrid implementation at all on Rennsport. Anyway, I think we should have a quick summary of things. I somehow have difficulties coming to a straight conclusion, as I think Rennsport is absolutely incomparable to iRacing, RF2, and Le Mans Ultimate, and probably also ACC. Two reasons for this. First, the overall driving experience, like the car feels really floaty. You can turn on the steering wheel so bad for just like... You understeer, you just turn more on the steering wheel, slam the throttle, and car somehow goes around the corner. You can't do that in any other real sim or so. So that is a bit of a concern to me. Additionally, I think with the way, the car resets every time you cross the start-finish line, that also takes away the simulation point of view where you're like... I mean, you still have to manage a tire over a single lap, but generally speaking, I think it's the same in the race, that even though being in the race, the car resets it all the time. From that point of view, it's not really comparable. Sound-wise, I think Le Mans Ultimate is doing much better job on the sound. Also, iRacing is doing a better sound job on how the car sounds. Top speed wise or drag wise, I think Rennsport got it pretty nailed. The car is a lot slower than the Le Mans Ultimate car, which is way too fast on a straight. However, lap time wise, I don't think they are given each other a lot of differences. So both cars are notoriously too quick. Yeah, but I guess that's the thing in the industry that we got that we need to do some balancing on the way the hypercars are driving, and I'm pretty sure that Le Mans Ultimate is keep developing their physics about that as well. Um, what else have I seen? The way the car is being able to drive without traction control and still have that massive rear end grip is just wrong. Like, we're talking about a car with 500 kilowatt power, like 670 odd brake horsepower or something. And unless you have slept through the turn in first gear, like, that double hairpin in this area, this double hairpin, you can just floor it first gear and the car just goes out straight with no wheel spin whatsoever. That is just, I don't know how that is possible. Not sure if it's a tire issue, if it's a car issue, but that is not how it is supposed to be. Um, Force feedback. Personally, I did not feel anything of the front at all. When I was turning in, it was more my peripheral view or my looking at the screen that determined whether the car was in a slide or not. Force feedback, there was a little assistance to feel it, but on RF2 or on Le Mans Ultimate, you get a constant feel until you stop sliding the car, as in how much you need to counter steer, how do you need to act. Like, the Le Mans Ultimate force feedback is giving you tons of feedback compared to this Rennsport force feedback, where to me it felt a bit like a little bit touch and go. You kind of have to sense feel or expect feel or kind of have to rely on the tire to keep gripping. Yeah, I think it needs proper improvement on the FFB. Once again, the most effects I felt was some odd rumbling effect coming from the road. The force feedback felt a little weird in the turns or a little weak, but when you've spun or when you touched the curbs in low speeds, the jolt magnitude is so strong that it really, really, really gives huge shocks on the arms and the wrists. So that is a concern to me. A 126 says with full fuel on iRacing around Fuji. Yeah, I guess that's what the hybrid is gonna do to you when it just adds power, right? Beyond that, there's not much really I can say because again, you cannot adjust the setup at all on Rennsport. You get tires and everything reset. I do not know how the car will handle in the long run. Not even sure if that is possible to test it out. Probably need to do a little bit more research on it. Yeah. If you do have Rennsport already, you should give it a go just to form up your own expectation. But at the top of my head, I would still say the absolute pinnacle for hypercars right now is Le Mans Ultimate, closely followed by iRacing. Whereas I think on iRacing, the overall grip that the car have, especially in high speed turns, then remembering running the Cadillac around Daytona, that is like something is wrong there as well. But generally speaking, Le Mans Ultimate, I think so far does it best on hypercars. Then close after that is iRacing, and then I think there is a bigger gap. Then I would probably compare the Rennsport LMDh being close to maybe slightly worse than the Automobilista 2-1. The Automobilista 2 Porsche or the LMDh, that hypercar, that felt generally a bit weird, like you had to drive it in an odd way, I think. But you have to drive this hypercar in an odd way is different. So yeah, that's why I would compare them pretty close to each other. Anyway, guys, we're gonna call it a day. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate you watching the stream, and hope as usual you guys have enjoyed it. If you did so, guys, please have a follow and Twitch subscribers on the YouTube channel for more sim racing videos. We will be back on the more Ultimate during the weekend, I assume. And yeah, beyond that, I hope you have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you and goodbye.